This weekend, NASCAR is at Watkins Glen International for Friday, August 8th through Sunday, August 10th of 2025. We have all four of the top series at the Glen this year. Cup Series Go Bowling, the Xfinity Series Mission 200, and for the first time since 2021, the Truck Series Mission 176, and the ARCA Menards Series General Tire 100. Last Saturday, in the Exfinity Series Hy-Vee Perks 250 at Iowa Speedway, on the final lap, the 14 car of Garrett Smithley would spin out, bringing out the caution. Sam Mayer would get the win after leading 28 of 250 laps for his first victory of the season, and back-to-back at this track. Jesse Love second, and Ross Chastain, who led the most laps at 120, was third. Connor Zilisch, Justin Allgaier, and Sam Mayer are still top three in the regular season standings. Connor Zilisch, Justin Allgaier, and Sam Mayer are now the top three in the playoff standings. The big mover of the weekend was Mayer with the win, securing a spot in the playoffs, going from 8th to 3rd in the standings. On Sunday in the Iowa Corn 350 at Iowa Speedway, William Byron led a race-high 141 laps for his second win of the season. Chase Briscoe was second for the third time in the last four races, and Brad Keselowski third. William Byron moves up one spot to first in the regular season standings. Elliott is now second, and Larson third. Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, and Christopher Bell are the top three in the playoff standings after Iowa. ARCA practice is at 10 a.m., followed by qualifying at 11 a.m. on Friday with no coverage. Truck practice is at 11:35 a.m. Eastern Time, followed by qualifying at 12:40 p.m. Eastern Time on FS2. The ARCA General Tire 100 race is at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on FS2. The Truck Series Mission 176 is at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on FS1. The action on Saturday starts at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time with Xfinity practice and qualifying at 10:35 a.m. Eastern Time on the CW app. Cup Series practice at 12:05 p.m. Eastern Time and qualifying at 1:10 p.m. Eastern Time on True TV. At 3 p.m. Eastern Time is the Xfinity Series Mission 200 on the CW. The final event for the weekend on Sunday is the Cup Series Go Bowling at the Glen at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on the USA Network. Forecast for the weekend calls for the mid-80s and clear skies all weekend long. And that is all for the weather. There was no race for the Truck Series last year at the Glen. In the 2025 Truck Series Mission 176, we have a loaded race with drivers Connor Zilisch filling in for Caden Honeycutt, who was let go by Nice Motorsports this week after news came out that he had signed with Tricon Garage for the 2026 season. No word as of yet on how Caden Honeycutt will finish the truck season, but as a playoff contender, Tricon needs to find him a ride for the rest of the truck season and playoffs. Christopher Bell, Ross Chastain, Chris Buescher, Sammy Smith, Kyle Busch, and William Sawalich are all on the entry list for the truck race on Friday. This is the most interesting race of the weekend to watch, in my opinion. With all that being said, Corey Heim is still the driver to beat this weekend. He has been so dominant this year, and it is hard to pick against him. Heim has won the last two Truck Series road races, including Lime Rock Park this season, leading 99 of 100 laps. The fact that he is a full-time truck driver gives him an advantage over the other drivers coming into the race for the weekend, in my opinion. It should be fun to watch and see if he can dominate the other drivers this weekend. The first wild card is the all-time Truck Series winner Kyle Busch. He has 67 all-time wins in the Truck Series. He also won the truck race at Atlanta in March. So anytime he is on the list for the race, he is a threat to win, in my opinion. In fact, he gave a master class of a race at Atlanta and commented that he hoped they watched how he raced through the field to take the win. There is something they could learn from that. Final wild card is Connor Zilisch. He is so good on road courses, and as a replacement driver for Honeycutt this weekend, I see him having a great truck race. With all the other drivers from Xfinity and Cup in this race, it will be fun to watch on Friday, so I would not count anyone out of having a great race, including Truck Series drivers. In the 2024 Mission 200 at the Glen, ARCA driver Connor Zilisch entered his first Xfinity race. He won the pole and led 45 laps. On the final lap in overtime, a caution would come out for a wreck, giving Connor Zilisch the win. Since that win, Zilisch has gone on to win 5 races this season as a full-time Xfinity driver. Sheldon Creed second and AJ Allmendinger third. In the 2025 Mission 200 at the Glen, Connor Zilisch is my pick to win the race. He has had an amazing summer of racing since the Pocono win on June 1st. Including that race, Zilisch has 4 wins that include holding off Shane Van Gisbergen at Sonoma, a task that has not been done much this season on road courses. Zilisch has said that he likes racing at the Glen as it suits his driving style. Shane Van Gisbergen is my first wild card. That puts the pressure on Zilisch to bring his best at Watkins Glen. Last year, Shane was 4th. He beat Zilisch at Chicago and fell short of the win at the Xfinity Sonoma race. I'm not sure any other driver this weekend can get the best of Van Gisbergen or Zilisch, though. It should be a great battle between the two. My last wild card is Sam Mayer, who is coming off his first victory of the year last week at Iowa. With 3 career Xfinity road course wins, I always like Mayer's chances on the road courses. I think he can be very competitive this weekend at the Glen. In the 2024 Cup Series Go Bowling at the Glen, on the final lap, Van Gisbergen would get loose. This allowed Chris Buescher to pass him and take the lead for the victory. Buescher would lead a total of 19 laps on the day. The last lap battle in 2024 made for an instant classic. Shane Van Gisbergen second and Carson Hocevar third. In the 2025 Go Bowling at the Glen, Shane Van Gisbergen is my pick to win. Across the 4 road and street races this year, he had 3 dominant victories. He is so dominant that it is hard to pick against him. The only driver to win a road course besides Van Gisbergen is my first wild card, Christopher Bell. Bell has finished top 5 in 3 of the 4 road and street courses this year. His consistency on this type of track is why he is a wild card this weekend. Chase Elliott is the final wild card for the same reason as Bell. Top 5 finishes at Mexico, Sonoma, and COTA this season. Both Bell and Elliott struggled at Chicago. Elliott had his first career win at this track in 2018, and I think he can once again make it to victory lane at this track, possibly this weekend. This weekend should be fun. Connor Zilisch is racing in the Truck, Xfinity, and the Cup race, and now has a chance for the weekend sweep. My race of the weekend is going to be the Truck race. With so many talented drivers in this race, including both the Xfinity and Cup winners from last year, the all-time Truck Series race winner, Kyle Busch, is entered in the race, and you can never count him out in a truck race. Let me know who you have winning in any of the races this weekend, and as always, thanks for watching.